Hello. Hi everyone. This is Astro Jojo coming to you on January the 14th. Yeah, want to update everyone on my continued project of Earth-Centered Astroscience, the Bonacchian circular alignments. I've been following some uh, astrological news, both by NASA and by other astrologers. And currently, there is a large emphasis on the January the 25th being a sixth planet alignment. And it really depends on which astrologers ephemeris, which is the um, calculation used to point out the satyas. And that's why I really love my background, because we have kind of these quadrants, and there are four satyas, or yugas, you can call them the Satya Yuga, Kali Yuga, um, the other two. I forget right now. I'm not studying Hinduism at the moment, so it's like slips my mind. But these yugas are really important, and they're really true. They're really accurate. But they're only accurate based on the the Jyotish, which is a galactic kind of, call it professor or master doctor. And so we're mostly have been following Western astrology, which Galileo kind of denoted Roman, Greek um, alignments based mostly on what has been chartered as kind of like Christian pseudoscience. A lot of the biblical examples align with the cosmic year, and the cosmic year does repeat itself over and over. Um, Beyond that, you have Vedic astrology, and within Vedic astrology, most of the time we're following Lahiri, which was the teacher of Sri Yukteswar, who is the guru of Paramahansa Yogananda. And those astrologers or Jyotish or gurus or teachers were basically placed us in kind of a 20th century pattern where, as you can see, like this line is really cut, right? And I mostly don't believe that astrology works that way. I think we have these overlapping patterns. So as you can see, my chart has like just one, but the rest of them is really um, centric and circular, because the yugas have to overlap. I mean, evolution is not it's not a blunt process. It takes time. So back to the point at hand, is January the 25th is being said as this major sixth planet alignment, and based on using an Earth-centered uh, mapping, it's kind of not really entirely true, though it is important to understand, right? So I'm not gonna say it's not happening. So here's the calendar 20th, right? And so you have the Sun and Pluto making a conjunction about the 21st. You have Saturn and Venus making a conjunction about the 19th. And Neptune and Ketu are basically locked in a pattern, and they have been and they will be for the entire month. So you could call that a continuum, right? That's continuously happening. So in that case, 246, yes, there is a six planet alignment happening in the month of January, but it's only significant up into a certain degree. And so the sun moves really fast. And I think what is important to understand about when the sun make the conjunction is that it's kind of just like wow, TNT just explodes within a couple of hours, and then it changes, right? Um, this other conjunction between Venus and and Saturn. Now, I mean, like this is significant for sure. Saturn being the planet of purge and pressure, and Venus being light of love, right? So you have purging, pressure, and love, really making this solidifying kind of conjunction at the same time that Neptune and Ketu. And so Ketu is really cool because like Rahu is like ripping apart reality and Ketu is pushing reality together, right? So gelling this. So I think it's auspicious for sure. I think it's really kind of a great it could be really, really powerful. I'm not downplaying it. I'm just saying I don't think it's the epic myths that um, that could really enhance everyone's experience. So that this being the month of January, and if we move into February, you'll see that there's like a few other patterns that are pretty specific as they are in as they are and will be in January, and so you have Mercury and the Sun kind of sticking together for the first about 11 days of February. That's pretty amazing. I mean, that's like shining the light on us, right? So Mercury is the planet of communication, and the sun is just the magnifier. So it's like magnifying communication. Cool, great, fantastic. And then nearing the end of the month, looking at the 20 calendar day, or no, 25, the 25th calendar day, you have Saturn makes, or I mean, Mercury makes a hard cross with Saturn. It's kind of the end of that illumination. It's kind of like, that was it. Cool, guys. I hope you got the message. I hope you got the download. And then, and then still you have this Neptune Ketu rocket, um, along with Venus. I mean, Venus is only, well, Venus is involved for the first about, let's call that the second week, the second week of the first to second week of February, making for probably a pretty eye-opening experience. I'm not here to tell you what to experience. I'm not using zodiacs anymore. I don't think that's important. What we need to be focusing on is just when to prepare, what to prepare, and when we don't have to prepare, we can just chill out. It's chilling out's really good for humans. What I'm really focusing on today, everyone, this is the month of March. Now, you're talking about alignments, yeah? Look at these planets, pretty spread out. And as we move to March, dude, that to me is something to be talked about. So you have one, two, three, four, five, six. This is six planets. And they're doing this crosshairing. They're doing this crosshairing like month of March. And then you have these planets here. This is a retrograde, man. So you have a Mercury retrograde and you have a Venus retrograde. January is coming in, creating this kind of powerful moment. February kind of opens up into this expansive kind of light of of Mercury and the Sun, and then throughout the month of March, I mean, it's kind of a pulsation, right? And I believe this is what humans really need to understand for this year of 2025 is that March will have an effect on everyone. And the next 2 months are great for planning and preparation. And then March is going to be like really integral. I mean, this is so much easier to witness just by looking at it, right? These are great conjunctions in January. Then you have this moving forward kind of continuum, like I said, in Feb. And then March is just, and I think this is when really everyone will have a pretty auspiciously stellar experience. Um, Fibonaccian Earth-centered science, I think, just allows for a better day-to-day living experience through astrology. I hope this is really interesting and cool for anyone who watches it. I'm happy to show you how to, to find these types of charts or ephemeris on a 90-day pattern, which I think allows for a much more human experience um, instead of trying to make it through the day to day, which is hard enough. I mean, we don't need to be telling people their archetypes or personalities. It's bipolarization of Western astrology. It just needs to go away. And we need to accept a longer breath of consciousness, which is what I'm trying to present. March, miracles. Could be madness. Why not? January looks pretty cool. And February doomingly will be into fall. Cool. Joe. Peace.